It is Candace with Epic Family Quest covering for Attractions Magazine. We are getting a behind the scenes of the new Disney on Ice Magic and the Stars. We got a tour of the Feld Entertainment Studios, which they did explain that all the costumes and props, advertising are done in-house. So basically everything from Disney on Ice to Monster Jam is all made in here in this building. Now we're going to get a look at the performers first from Disney on Ice.
We have 2 weeks of straight boot camp. Wow. So they just do strength training and they like gain their stamina and things like that before they even really touch any apparatus.
So the concept behind this was, of course, we were doing a whole show connected by the stars. The stars in the night sky, it's infinite possibility. Wow. And it's in line with 100 years of wonder. And you can tell how she's moving now. It just makes you feel like you're being taken up to the night sky. The night sky is coming alive, and we're really taking the night sky down toward the audience so we can all journey together through it.
So this harness is very, very unique. It actually allows her to rotate on multiple axes. So she can't just go forward and back, she can actually rotate in every direction. So that also makes it more difficult because she doesn't have much leverage. So she is using every single muscle in her body right now to control her direction.
We got permission to film in their South studio, so this is where a lot of the performers practice. We got to see a total of 3, so this next one plays Isabella. And she demonstrated several of the acrobatic stunts she does during the show, so you'll see that coming up.
We love the swing. We kind of made it into an acro swing, and Shannon developed tricks that she could do on this apparatus itself, so we could still have the flowers and be in the world of Isabella's magic, which I think really turned out beautifully. Fun little fact about these is that typically on ice we can't use a lot of confetti, right? We have to skate over it. So we actually found last season, and we're using it again this season because it's so effective, rice paper confetti, so that it goes to the ice and it dissolves and you can skate through it, so we can still have these beautiful lit moments in the air, and it's so effective, flower petals, but then we can still continue to perform below on the ice. From Abby?
South Africa, from Cape Town. Yeah, I was competing before this, so shows are like very different for me. It's like, it's much more fun than competing. Competing was stressful. This is also stressful, but it's like in a nice way.
The theme is about stars, and I want a mirror ball for an opening. And so that's where we jumped off from. You can't really skate in a full mirror ball, shoulder to floor, but what we do have is all the costumes are based in a silver, shimmer, metallic, and then what we did is apply the mirror elements over it, and then we also did kind of very organic pieces of fabric, sort of a mosaic of fabric rather than just one fabric per costume. We glittered them and spiked them and made them sort of edgy, again, sort of a modern retro or a retro modern.
We also see some of the props that is Moana's boat, but they took us back here where we're going to be seeing the show later just to kind of watch the performers practice. At the time of filming, they only had 2 rehearsals left till they start the show.
So Bella portrays
Anna.
Oh, I thought my daughter. Yeah.
Okay.
I play Blue Fairy.
Adam was talking about the fact that this show is all about the stars and stargazing, and that Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Daisy are the ones that help tell our story and take us from story to story. So the telescope is one of the props that is used at the very beginning of the show.
My name's Jamie. I'm one of the ensemble skaters. So yeah, these are a couple of props from our show. Here we have Donald's Pup
Cool.
from the Moana segment. Go out for Aladdin segment as well. Genie kind of pops up there. And this is our theater, part of the Encanto segment. So actually in Colombia, it's one of their cultural highlights, the flower festival. And they actually carry these like big flower displays on their back. So just like we have here, you can look at it in a second, there's a backpack, like straps there. So we have our skaters carry them, or performers carry them in our Encanto segment.
I know.
Those are so cute. Look at that. That's actually really cool. There we this is actually pretty heavy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's surprisingly heavy, right?
This one's not bad.
This is so cool. These were the props.
I mean, I can handle this. I can handle that.
Joe was the first person to portray.
Flynn Rider. Being a director of a show like this with so many aerial elements and all these other kind of above and beyond skating features that we have in this show, it kind of feels like coming home and just like, it's fun to offer my expertise for all this. She was my personal choreographer when I was still competing, working with Team USA and stuff like that.
So we're going to talk about the Moana segment a little bit here. The piece of Moana that we are doing is actually the Battle of Taka. We are using different fabric apparatuses to represent fire and water. And the movement, as you can see, there's a harness and it's attached to his back. And the spines create the movement and he can go sideways and forward and backward. And to restore the heart of Te Piti, we bring the water up. In order to avoid making the water and the fire look similar, we chose to move this fabric like water more in a horizontal fashion. So, and we only bring it up if we're creating a wave.
We're gonna see one more performer behind the scenes who plays Raya.
Our acro pole, and this is it. Like, there's not much to it, and that's why it's probably one of the more difficult apparatus that we have on the show. And Cindy has been here training for a few months on it.
Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow.
A lot of the skaters have been not relying on their feet for leverage and more like twisting their bodies, because when you're hanging in the air, there's nothing for you to kick off of, right? So she does use the ground to start her spin, but once she's up there, all of her rotations are completely put there how she wants them to be.
After we saw the behind the scenes of the performers, the props, the costumes, we were able to see their rehearsal. And it was really neat to see those costumes that we were just talking about and to see the same stunts being performed that we saw. The show is over an hour long, so we are just going to show some of the highlights. But the one thing I really did like about this show, and this is personally my third show seeing Disney on Ice, is that they did so many different Disney stories. Some from the classic Disney films, from the princesses, some from Pixar, and some from newer films.
Oh, Donald. Just imagine all the stories that have taken place under those stars. I think we should show him what we mean.
Great idea, Minnie. Let's find the brightest stars in the sky and celebrate the stories that light them up.
Sounds great. Maybe if we take a closer look, we can figure out where to go first.
The story behind that star is about somebody who knew that wishing, along with some hard work, is what makes dreams come true.
I'll never get anything I wish for. Maybe I just gotta wish harder. Please, 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 please.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some cash now. What's the wish? Stay ever impressive, but never duplicate.
I just know how much my best friend likes to go tractor tipping.
Peter,
We are living the dream.
Everyone, meet my Dio Bruno. He can see the future. It's amazing. But the thing is, people didn't always see it that way.
Oh yeah, yep. They used to think my visions were all...